Please come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. It's not going to be a YOC strictly. It's going to be a one-to-one meeting.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah. I'm very impressed with your educational credentials. 10th ல வந்து 88%, அப்புறம் 12th 93%. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
அப்புறம் பிடெக் வந்து 7.8%. Yeah. So இவ்வளவு படிச்சுட்டு பிடெக் படிச்சுட்டு நீங்க சோஷியாலஜி, why did you want to have sociology?
Sir, for becoming an IAS officer, I want to know about the society structure, how it is working in a better way, sir. So earlier I was working with only machines, so I want to get to know about people and people's mindset. So opting sociology will help me with understanding the social structures and the things I'm going to have a connection with. So I thought I would choose sociology, sir. And apart from that, EC was also not an optional subject given under UPSC syllabus, so I opted for sociology.
Good. So you answered excellently well. The only thing I will say, so to be in government service, especially IAS, I should not say only IAS.
Okay.
To be in government service, especially in IAS, it's important for us to know about the society, the people, their habits, and I thought sociology will help me to build these factors into my life to make me eligible to be a good officer. I'm not adding anything.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you said, you say the same thing. You need not change anything. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Do you know what they are going to ask in the interview? You don't know.
No, sir. Yes.
But do you know how to answer? You see, you should not take extreme viewpoints.
Okay.
You should tell the truth, but not in a harsh manner.
Okay, sir.
To quote an example, suppose somebody asks Sanskrit, why can't it be the official language of India? You can say, but it's a dead language, how can it be the official language? This is one answer. Second answer is, sir, I'm afraid Sanskrit is not a language that is spoken by too many people in this country.
Yes.
And therefore, it would be better to have a language which is along with the people, which is being spoken by a good number of people, not necessarily majority of people, a good number of people. And it should be a living language. Sanskrit can be held at a very high place as a classical language. Yes. We can never forget the importance of Sanskrit, but perhaps to be an official language, we may think of other options. So this is the way you should answer.
Yes,
okay.
I understand.
Now, you have said that regarding your prizes, medals, the state third in yoga competition at school level.
Yes, sir.
Do you still practice yoga?
Sir, I do as a physical activity, sir, but not in a deeper manner.
Mm-hmm. And what are the physical activities you are doing?
The Surya Namaskar and few asanas every morning. That's all, sir.
But they are yoga. They are yoga.
Yes, sir.
So you may say that I do some yoga, but not in a comprehensive way, right?
Yes,
that's
sir,
what you
yes.
Okay. You got a second place in paper presentation at intercollegiate level on prosthetics for differently abled.
Yes, sir.
How did you get this interest on for differently abled people, prosthetical assistance? How did you get?
During that time, our former President APJ Abdul Kalam sir's speech on the disabled friendly carbon composite material based device was in news overall, sir. So I got interest in doing something about that. How can we make more disabled friendly, and how can we assist disabled using the AI technology and processor technology, sir. So I thought I would do my paper presentation on this particular topic, sir.
Mm-hmm. Do you continue to show interest on prosthetics?
Sir, technical level, no, sir. But as a disabled friendly infrastructure wise, I think more on that way, on that line, sir. For example, the smart city mission, which is bringing in accessible India campaign for disabled people, and recently even in Tamil Nadu government has made a disabled friendly rail for people to access beaches. So these kind of thoughts I have on disabled friendly infrastructure, sir, but not on a technical level, sir.
Okay. Well, you said that you were deputy head organizing committee, national level technical symposium.
Yes.
What was this technical symposium?
Sir, it's an inter-college competition on quizzes or regarding technical aspects and paper presentations, drawings on technical level. So many aspects were there in the symposiums.
How did you become deputy head?
Sir, for EC department, it's only two sections, and I was in the senior year when it was conducted, so I became a deputy head, sir.
Okay. By virtue of seniority?
Yes, sir.
You are interested in farm work?
Yes, sir.
What kind of farm work you do? Where do you do it?
Sir, we have farm agricultural fields in which I've done farm work, sir. Mostly it is as a part of hobby when I come back from schools or colleges, or in the early mornings when father and mother will be plucking flowers for selling it in the market. During that time, I've assisted them, sir. It would give a sense of pleasure for me to help them in farm activities, sir.
Good. So, in your farm, what is the land holding?
Sir, it is around 10 acres, sir.
And you do only horticulture, floriculture?
No, sir. We cultivate paddy, sugarcane, and during the Zayed season, we cultivate horticulture like flowers and watermelon, the fruit varieties. And sometimes in the Zayed, we also put pulses, sir. Otherwise,
but where you grow watermelon, you cannot do paddy there. So, have you compartmentalized your land?
No, sir. After harvesting the winter crop season, we'll leave the land fallow for some days, and then it will completely dry out, and then we'll do partition work, sir.
You see, greens, for instance, takes hardly 15 days.
Yes, sir.
Some of the vegetables take between 1 to 3 months.
Yes, sir.
And this fruit, you mentioned watermelon. How much time does it take?
It takes 3 months, sir, around 3
Only
months.
3 months?
Yes, sir.
From the being sown as a seed, in 3 months it gives those big fruits.
So 3 months, after 3 months we can harvest 1 or 2 fruits, sir, but after some 4 months we can harvest completely, sir. Yes, sir.
And when does it come to an end, harvesting? In 6 months
in
you
May,
will remove
sir.
it?
Yes, sir. In May, around May it will we complete.
So for watermelon, you are not going to have tree of a permanent nature. Every season you grow it?
No, sir, not every season, sir. Occasionally we grow, sir. Whenever there is, we can't go for paddy sometimes because of losses or some.
So that's what I want to know. Once you start growing watermelon tree or plant, whatever you call
it's a creep.
How long should you allow it to be there?
Sir, it will be there for 5 to 6 months, sir.
Only 5 to 6 months?
Yes, sir.
And then you will remove it?
Yes, sir.
Whatever yield has to come, it comes within the first 6 months. That's all?
Sir. Yes, sir.
In your 10 acres in the borders, have you planted any tree?
So we are planning, sir, but not because in the borders we have neighbors' land areas, so it is not practically possible, sir.
But teak is practical.
Yes.
Teak just grows up. It doesn't grow sideways.
Yes, sir. You are correct.
Okay, the second one you said reading English detective novels is your hobby.
Yes, sir.
What's the latest detective novel you read?
So latest one I have read Agatha Christie's Murder on the Nile. Sorry,
Yeah,
sir. It's Death on the Nile.
She's an evergreen novelist. You can read at any
Yes,
age. And which are all the authors you are fond of?
So first Agatha Christie, sir. Second, I've read Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes creator, and I have also read Sidney Sheldon, sir.
What's the third one?
Sidney Sheldon, sir.
Oh, Sidney Sheldon.
Yes.
So basically, you are going for detective novel kind of a thing.
Yes, sir.
Sure. What kind of melody songs you are listening to?
So mostly it is movie songs, sir, because we have access more to movie songs.
In Telugu or Tamil?
Sir,
or
yes,
Hindi?
sir. In Tamil and Telugu, sir.
Telugu.
Yes, sir.
So, who is the actor you like most in Tamil films and Telugu films?
Actor, sir.
Actor.
Sir, I am not fond of any actors particularly, sir. If the movie is coming to say any positive message, or if it is commercial hit, I would like to watch it, sir. I'm not actor based.
Okay. Good. Now you should know that when it comes to farm work, they may ask more detailed questions.
Yes, sir.
For instance, I am ignorant. When you say that watermelon comes to an end in 6 months' time, I did not know such a heavy fruit. I thought it can take a long time.
Sir, it is just a creeper, sir. How?
I understand. Because Sorakai is also like
Yes,
that.
sir.
Pusanka
It's
is
similar
also
to
like
that. Yes, sir.
We used to have this sorakai when I was in the district. We
Yes,
used to
sir.
have it in the garage. He will just put some plank and then he will make it spread over there. And we used to get such a massive kind
Yes,
of
sir.
thing. So watermelon is like that.
Yes, sir.
Vegetables, do you grow there?
No, sir, not
You don't.
vegetables. No, sir.
What kind of flowers do you grow there? Floriculture, you said,
Yes,
you
sir.
sell the flowers.
Mostly jasmine, and I.
Jasmine.
Yes, sir, jasmine, and we have one flower called sampangi. I'm not aware of the English name right now, sir. I'll have to search it. That white color flower,
I know,
which is
I know
in
what is
Sakrar.
champagny.
Yes.
But where is your land? In which district?
Sir, Tiruvallur district, sir.
Tiruvallur.
Yes, sir.
There, jasmine grows well.
So not in the summer seasons, jasmine season we have, sir.
Hmm.
During the hot sun period, we grow jasmines and flowers.
But it grows well.
Yes, sir.
And fruit trees, except watermelon, is there anything else you grow? Fruits?
So we are cultivating fruits in the recent past only, sir. Not before that. But sugarcane we used to cultivate. Apart from that, not any other fruits, sir.
Mhm. You have chosen sociology as your main subject, and
Yes,
you
sir.
said that the main intention is to know more about society.
Yes.
So, what did you learn when you took this? What did you learn about society?
So earlier I did not understand the inequality among people, the reasons behind it. But after studying the caste system in sociology, I got to understand the origin of caste system and theories behind the caste system and how it is changing. So these aspects I am more liking in the sociology subjects.
Mm-hmm.
And how as a society as a whole has some impact on the individuals, how it is driving us. For example, the study of suicide theory, which given by Emile Durkheim, it says that society is the force which is driving suicide. It's not the psychology thing among individuals that is forcing them to commit suicides. It's the societal current that is behind that. So these kind of society driving the individuals, I felt it very interesting in sociology.
What is this Hindenburg?
Sir, it is the report which Hindenburg is an organization which recently published a report on Adani Enterprises, saying that they are manipulating their stocks.
Mm-hmm.
So this has created some impact on the stock market in India.
On the stock market or on the shares of Adani?
Yes, sir. On the shares of Adani Enterprises. And
what's the truth behind it? Do you think that Hindenburg has raised some pertinent questions? Some important questions?
yes, sir. That manipulating stocks, creating shell companies, and round tipping. These economic issues have been raised by Hindenburg, sir.
So Adani needs to answer those questions.
Yes, sir.
The Prime Minister has not responded directly to questions raised by the opposition. What do you think about it? About Adani, he has kept silent.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about it? Do you think that the Prime Minister should have answered?
Yes, sir. According to me, Adani Enterprises is a very private organization, but it has investments in more of the public enterprises also. So considering the impact on Indian economy, I think on that lines, Prime Minister should have answered the impact on economy of India because of this Adani Enterprises share market decline.
Good. That's the right answer.
Thank you, sir.
You should not try to defend Prime Minister, but you should not accuse him.
Yes.
It would have been better if Prime Minister had answered it. It only would have elevated his status further. That's all. Okay. What do you think is India's stand vis-a-vis China? Because we hear that Chinese have taken over 2,000 square kilometers of Indian territory. They're even creating towns, villages there. But government is silent on it. What's your intake about it?
Sir, government has started to act upon the border villages, like vibrant villages scheme. And also yesterday's paper said that seven in Indo-Tibetan battalion forces has been raised along the Chinese border to take care of the border encroachment issues. So by these things, I think government is recognizing the Chinese influence in Indian border territories, sir. So government is acting in strengthening the Indian border infrastructure through improvement of border areas. And there is a scheme which I couldn't currently recollect, sir, but the Vibrant Village program, which was brought by budget, and the paramilitary forces, these have been strengthened to tackle the Chinese influence in the border areas.
I hear the ruling party people, even Prime Minister, saying that India is Vishwaguru. I hear it once too often.
Yes, sir.
So what's your opinion about it? Are we Vishwagurus?
So we are aspiring to be Vishwagurus, sir, according to me. For example, if there is only a grand vision, we will be striving to achieve it, sir. So considering India to be a Vishwaguru in the near future, we are working towards it, sir. If not globally, in regional wise, in the Asian continent, we are trying to help the neighboring countries. For example, the recent Turkey operation, those and all, helping the neighboring countries. So aspiring to become Vishwaguru, it is possible for India, sir.
So what you should say is it's 95% correct.
Okay, sir.
Nothing is wrong, something is left.
Yes.
We should say that. So we have aspiration and capability to be Vishwaguru.
Yes, sir.
Right? The capability is also there, but it's not fully implemented.
Yes, sir.
So otherwise your answer is excellent. Do you think Indian economy is growing?
So currently India is the second largest growing economy, sir. First is Saudi Arabia, if I'm not wrong, and second is our Indian economy. It is growing, but it is not growing to its fullest capability, sir. Because all the agricultural sector, most of the people are involved in agricultural activities, which is having very little or no growth rate. So if we are having, and also the women participation rate in workforce is also very less, sir. It's around 20%, whereas in the developed countries it is around 40%. So we are very behind in these aspects. If we are addressing these issues, we can grow in a much more faster rate, and we can achieve the 5 trillion economy, and we can become the third largest economy in terms of GDP, sir. Currently we are in the 5th position, sir.
Should that be the aim of a government or a nation? That we should become number 3 in GDP or number 2 in GDP? Should it be the aim of the government?
Sir, if we consider growth versus development, development should be the target of the government, sir. That
Well,
is
growth
not
is also development. Growth is also development. Growth is also economic development.
Yes, sir.
We are growing, that's what you say.
Sir, currently or in the recent times, we are focusing on multi-dimensional poverty index, happiness index. So there is also other side for the economic development, so not just a GDP. So government should also focus
What is
on
that other side?
education, health aspect. The social development of people should also be focused by the government, sir.
Where perhaps more attention
More
may be
attention
given.
is needed.
Okay. Ashwini, what you should say is, there are 2 approaches to development. One is growth-oriented development. That is done in terms of the GDP increase, the foreign currency coming in, enormous profits made by companies, etc. The second one is human needs-centered development. And human needs-centered development may be slow, but it contributes to the overall growth of the nation. And therefore, it strengthens the democratic process. It improves law and order situation, and it removes the gap. It tries to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor, and therefore enough attention should be given to human needs-centered development. So remember these 2 words: growth-oriented, human needs-centered. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you said it in so many words, but then you should always, wherever possible, you should focus one word, and that one word should communicate the entire thing that you want to say.
Yes.
So these two words will communicate.
Okay, sir.
Do you think that India's external affairs policy is a successful one?
Sir, after the current government took over the executive, sir, it is mostly people-oriented external policy. So the diaspora related and the investments. These, I think, it is more stronger than having relations with the government oriented, sir. So yes, sir, currently India's external policies are it is providing more benefits, sir. It is successful.
I don't find any benefits because when China is aggressing, I don't find any country coming in talking in favor of India. Even a small country like Sri Lanka, it is poking a finger at us. Maldives doesn't seem to be caring that much for us. Except Bhutan, we are surrounded by either enemies or by disinterested nations. Does it show any success in our external affairs ministry?
According to me, after the current Sri Lanka's economic crisis, it is more getting connected closer with the Indian government, sir. It's not seeking helping hand from China, but rather it is help.
So what do we get? We give that much to Sri Lanka.
Yes, sir.
In external affairs, there are no permanent friends or permanent foes,
Yes.
only permanent interests.
Yes, sir.
So their interest is being served by us. But what do we get from Sri Lanka? Have we got anything? That they change their policy firmly towards India. Because right from the way they wanted to tackle the Tamil insurgency problem, we found that they were leaning more and more towards Pakistan and China. Has that trend changed? Are they coming firmly to us?
So currently, no, sir. Yes.
So I think that we should apply the carrot and stick policy. We seem to be applying only carrot policy.
Yes, sir.
So I think both are essential. Don't you think so?
Sir, I'm not aware of answering this question. Sir, should we use stick
Yes,
in?
I like this. When you are not sure, be honest.
Yes, sir.
Good, Rajani. I really like
Thank you.
what you have said. It's very important. We'll be honest.
Yes.
We'll say that, sir, perhaps I don't understand all those complexities. I should improve my knowledge on it.
Yes.
Very straight answer. When I went for the interview, they asked me, how does it rain? I thought it is taught in class 3. So obviously, there is something else to the question. I said, I'm sorry, sir, I don't know an answer. He said, can you guess and tell me? I said, I would prefer not to guess and give a wrong answer. So instead, I would prefer not to answer at all. Despite that, I scored the second highest among all the Tamils who went for the interview. Only because my answer was very straight, honest. Okay, good. Okay, now the interview part is over. Now,
Thank you, sir.
the one-to-one part starts. What's the kind of dress you want to wear?
It's a sari, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
You look a small kid. Sorry will be okay.
So that's why I prefer sari, sir, to be seen more
Are
matured.
you familiar with sari, or that day you will feel conscious?
No, sir.
When do you wear sari in your life? To go to temple?
No, sir.
No. To go to marriages? No. So sari, you should not feel conscious on that day. Then what I suggest, wear sari. When is the interview? Has it been
So
fixed?
March 27th, sir.
27th, and today is February 19th.
Yes.
So 2 days in a week, you have 4 weeks. 2 days in a week, wear sari to go to temple or
Okay,
to go
sir.
to any place. So that you don't feel conscious on that particular day. That's very important. Okay. You're going to have the same thin chain when you're going there.
So I'm informed that they are asking us to remove all the jewelry, sir, watch, earrings and chain.
You won't carry it?
Yes,
Oh
yes,
God.
sir.
Oh. Okay, then don't carry any of them. Bangles are also not
No,
allowed.
sir. Even watches are asked to be removed, sir, if it is analog also.
It was not like now. They're security conscious.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are going to wear a sari.
Yes, sir.
சாரியில் முந்தி பின்னாடி இருக்கிற மாதிரி போட போறீங்களா போர்த்திட்டு போறீங்களா?
இல்லை சார் பின்னாடி தான் சார்.
பின்னாடி இருக்கிற மாதிரி போட போறீங்க இல்லையா? அப்போ சாரி ரொம்ப நீளமா இருக்கும். வாட்ஸ் யுவர் ஹைட்?
163 centimeters.
163. Okay, that's good enough. It's more than the average height of girls. Okay. ஸோ அது ரொம்ப கீழே தள்ளாமல் பார்த்துக்கணும், ரொம்ப மேலே இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது, இடுப்பு பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கணும். அப்படித்தான் சாரி வந்து கட்டணும். அப்போ ஸோ அப்படித்தான் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும். சரி, நீ சாரி கட்டுறதுன்னு டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா நீங்கள் ரொம்ப ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும் அதில். ஓகே, இட்ஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். நம்பர் 1, என்ன கலரில் சாரி டிசைட் பண்ணியாச்சா? என்ன கலரில்?
சார் இட்ஸ் லைட் கிரே கலர்.
லைட்
கிரே கலர்.
கிரே, குட். அதுக்கு இது ப்ளவுஸ் வந்து
நேவி ப்ளூ ஷேட் ப்ளவுஸ்.
நேவி ப்ளூ ஷேட், ஓகே, தட் கோஸ் வெல். இது வந்து தலை வந்து எப்படி இது பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க?
ஜடை தான் சார்.
டன். ஓகே, யூ ஹேவ் திக் ஹேர், அதனால தைரியமாக சடை போட்டுக்கலாம். ஓகே, செட். When you go there, when you enter, your name will be called.
Okay, sir.
What do you do when the name is called?
Enter the room asking may I come in, sir, or ma'am.
Room enter பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் may I come in சொல்லக்கூடாது, முதல்ல சொல்லணும். ரைட்
சார், பாதி திறந்து கேட்குற மாதிரி சார்.
முதல்ல வந்து அவங்க வந்து கதவை திறப்பாங்கல்ல, திறந்ததுக்கு அப்புறமும் 2 தடவை நாக் பண்ணி கதவை நாக் பண்ணி சேர் பர்சன் வந்து ஜென்டில்மேன் இருந்தால் மே கம் இன் சார், மேடம் இருந்தால் மே கம் இன் மேம் சொல்லியாச்சு. தே வில் சே எஸ் கம் இன், போயாச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன செய்யும்?
விஷ் தெம் சார், குட் மார்னிங் ஆர் குட் ஆஃப்டர்நூன்.
எப்படி விஷ் பண்ணுங்க?
குட் மார்னிங் சார்.
தேவையில்லை, கும்பிட வேண்டியதில்லை.
ஓகே சார்.
கும்பிடுதான் கும்பிடலாம், கும்பிட வேண்டியதில்லை. யூ வில் ஜஸ்ட் சே குட் மார்னிங் சார், அண்ட் தென் யூ வில் டர்ன் டு த லேடி மெம்பர், good morning ma'am, and then to the others, good morning sirs, everybody, not just to the chair, okay, but in a fraction of a second. Good morning sir, good morning ma'ams or ma'am, depending on how many. Good morning sirs.
Sir, I have been told that if there is a female member in the panel, first wish the female member, and then even if the chairperson is a male.
Yaar sonnadhu?
Maybe some panels, sir.
Some panelists.
Institutes, some panels.
எப்படி சொல்லலாம், நான் சொல்றபடி சொல்லலாம், அப்படி சொல்லலாம். Do what is natural to you, because we first respect the chair.
Yes,
அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் மத்தவங்க.
I thought that we should first greet the chairperson and then
அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் மத்தவங்க சொல்லணும். சரியா? சரி, சொல்லியாச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன செய்யணும்?
Wait for them to ask us to sit.
அவங்க ஒண்ணுமே சொல்லலன்னா என்ன செய்யணும்?
May I have my seat or.
Yes. So இது எல்லாம் வந்து within a minute முடிஞ்சிடணும். Clock like precision ஓட இது வந்து முடிஞ்சிடணும். Knocking, may I come in? Go. Then when they say yes, come in, go straight and then say morning sir, or good morning sir, or good morning ma'am, and then you turn to the lady members, good morning ma'ams, good morning sirs, and then you wait just for a few seconds. If they don't say anything, you say, may I take my seat sir? They will say yes, and then you sit. Okay. And then the interview starts. Now, who is going to conduct this interview?
Sir, the chairperson, UPSC.
UPSC chairperson and members, sir?
Yes, sir.
They should not. You should conduct the interview. That's the most important thing.
Okay, sir.
Now, there are certain questions where they cannot give more than 40 minutes to you. There are certain questions where you really know the answer too well. Elaborate it.
Okay, sir.
அதை எலாபரேட் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கும்பொழுது, ஆனால் ப்ரிசைஸாக இருக்கணும் எலாபரேஷன், போர் அடிக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. யூ ஷுட் லுக் அட் தேர் ஃபேஸ் வென் யூ எலாபரேட். If you find a sense of boredom in anybody's face, cut short your reply.
Okay.
Otherwise, go on doing. என்கிட்ட வந்து I had said reading and writing modern Tamil poetry. Then one member asked me, he said, when will this nonsense come to an end? So I said, it's not nonsense as a whole, though there is a lot of nonsense. But there are pearls of senses. Many pearls of sense are there. And this should have happened even in the traditional poetry, that there was a lot of nonsense. No age, poetic age, consists only of the best elements. They consist of all elements, and time and tide chooses only the best. What we see today in Patupattu and Ettutogai in the Sangha literature is just the best. They have said, Aga 400. I don't think, sir, that only 400 poems were written. They chose, and therefore 400. That is what is Purana. They started showing a lot of interest. Right? And then I said, Natrinai. If you look at Patupattu and Ettutogai, you find that there's a careful selection. Again, when it comes to the next 18, 11 Kilkanakku, is also a careful selection. Then they said, what is so careful about Padanin Kilkanak? Then I said, the Sangha literature was written by the educated to the educated. But post-Sangha literature was written by the educated to the uneducated. If you say it in Tamil, சங்க இலக்கியம் கற்றவர்களால் கற்றவர்களுக்காக எழுதப்பட்டது. சங்கத்திற்கு பின் வந்த இலக்கியம் கற்றவர்களால் மற்றவர்களுக்காக எழுதப்பட்டது. That is why you are able to read Tirukkural so easily. You are not able to read Agananur that much easily.
Yes.
You can understand the difference.
Yes,
The more complex the poetry is, the more old the age was. As age came down, they started, even in Sangha Ilakiyam, you have got some poetry which you are able to understand. Yadum Ure, Yavarum Kele, Tidum Nandrum, Perutaralvar. Okay? Now, I was telling all this. Interview Padinaram Poetry. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன டஃப் கொஸ்டின் கேட்கறது? அவங்களுக்கு தான் டைம் இல்லையே. That's what you should do. That's very important. Okay? When the interview is over, they say, okay, thank you. அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க?
So telling that I had pleasure me being here, and then thank you.
அதெல்லாம் வேண்டாம். நன்றி நபர் எல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாது. Thank you, sir. That's all.
Okay, sir.
Unless they ask you.
So sometimes they ask what you're going to do in the evening. Would you like to ask us anything? So அதுக்கெல்லாம் answers நம்ம சொல்லணுமா இல்ல?
கேட்டாலும் என்ன கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் answer. What are you going to do in the evening? Huh? Do you have friends in Delhi?
No, sir.
Nobody. So somebody will accompany you?
Yes, sir. My parents will accompany me.
Oh, okay. Then you should say, I have come with my parents, and they as well as me, we have even some interest in seeing some historical places in Delhi. I will look out for it. Isn't general correct answer? Because Delhi have some historical place. அப்படி என்ன historical place ன்னு கேட்டா, remember Humayun's tomb is a very important place. Lodi garden. It's a very important place. You see these two, and if possible, all the areas where they allow me in Red Fort, I would like to see. And I also would like to see அந்த பெரிய இது ஒன்று இருக்கு, தூண் ஒன்று இருக்கு, குத்துப் மினார். அந்த மாதிரி 4 இடம் தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கோங்க. And then you say these are the place. You see, they should not think சும்மா இந்த பொண்ணு கதை விடுதுன்னு நினைக்கக்கூடாது. That's the most important thing is they should know that you have stuff and you believe in being honest and you use the best of your ability to give the most impressive answer. இவ்வளவுதான். இது பெரிய கம்பசூத்திரம்லாம் கிடையாது. You come this much, you will certainly make it. And my own personal impression, Aswini, from what I have seen of you, you will certainly do well. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் லவுடா பேசலாம். ரொம்ப மெதுவா பேச வேண்டாம். மிரட்டுற மாதிரி பேச வேண்டாம். இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் வயசு வந்து கூட்டிடலாம். And you have a lot of stuff. It was my pleasure going through it.
Thank you, sir.
And these people know my number. Anytime before going to interview, suppose suddenly you have any doubt, I may not be able to, you send a message to me. Sir, I am Aswini. Is it the right time to call you? If I am in a meeting or something, I will not call you. But within that date, certainly I will call you. And then we will talk. எந்த நேரத்தில் என்ன சந்தேகம் இருந்ததுனாலும் feel free to ask me. Okay? All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.